Hello, my friends. On January 24th, 2026, the story was not whether federal thugs barbarically murdered Alex Pretty. And on January 7th, 2026, the story was not whether federal thug Jonathan Ross shot through the face and murdered Renee Good. And on January 6th, 2021, the story wasn't whether the leader who lost and was leaving office incited and stoked a bloody insurrection at the Capitol. Those facts are irrefutable. How do I know that? Well, they've been recorded. And we have eyes and we have ears. Millions around the world have eyes and ears. It's not up for interpretation. The story, the real story, we must not lose sight of, my friends, was and still is, why do they lie about their own violence? Millions of eyes witnessed it. Millions of ears heard it. Yet the official line insists, you did not see what you saw. George Orwell wrote that the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. You, my friend, are being told to reject the evidence of your own eyes and ears, and that is where obedience is perfected. Why does power insist on this? Well, I'll tell you, because truth limits those people. Lies unchain them. Lies let them do what truth forbids. Lies let them maintain and escalate and extend their control. Lies provoke, they incite, lies divide. A government that lies about its own hand in violence isn't covering shame. No, it is manufacturing consent for its next act. Every denial, every gaslight, every for-your safety decree pushes us closer to crisis, or worse, polycrisis, a state of Dauerkrise, the Germans call it, perpetual crisis, where exhaustion replaces outrage. You don't need tanks in the streets when people no longer lift their heads or their hands or their voices. You just need confusion. You need fear. You need fatigue. In the 1930s in Germany, where I'm coming to you from, they learned what that exhaustion breeds. When crisis feels endless, people will trade freedom for relief. Hitler's Ermächtigungsgesetz, that's called the Enabling Act. I've talked about it a lot. It wasn't passed in calm. It was passed in crisis. So ask yourself, when you hear the next official story, the bold-faced, outrageous lie, when you are told again not to believe your eyes and ears, ask this: who gains when you surrender your sight? Who profits when you stop listening? And when enough of us refuse that final command, when we say, no, I will not reject the evidence of my own senses. January 6th and 7th and January 24th stop being tools of control, and they become our warning. And I will be back.